extra
I can
bases.
appreciate the concern
On first, heading for 2. And it's a double to start the game.
Precinct buildings present most
Josh
concerns.
Gibson stepping in now.
Certainly the lobbies do, and certainly, of course, the non-public areas do.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That misses the zone.
What I think it's important to understand is that each lobby the physical layout is different. That's in the record. And this is the injunction that the plaintiff has asked for and that the district court granted applies to all precincts in the city. So certainly there are some precincts where that's going to be a risk. There are 77 precincts in the city. Nobody's certain.
So if a warrant injunction had been granted, that is to certain designated precincts or certain designated places, would you have less of that objection?
33 years old,
Well, I
a
think that would
former
have to be
first-round
something
pick
aired out
back in
before the district
2008.
court. I think that narrowing the injunction at this point, when we're not able to reopen and explore the record and explore the logistical issues in terms of identifying precincts where those concerns may be less or more elevated, that would have been a task for the district court. And it may be a consideration for the merits panel in terms of deciding what to do. But I think that for purposes of this motion, we have to deal with the injunction that's before us, which was.
And to the plate for Kansas
City.
City,
Authorized in power to narrow the injunction so that it only
that one finds the zone.
involves Reyes.
Line drive.
I won't say the court that you're not empowered to do so, but I think that would, again, present logistical challenges in terms of identifying when Reyes wants to report, training officers to accommodate him when he wants to report. Logistical challenges that would have probably been before the district court. But I don't necessarily think that we have a record before us that would allow
Bobby Witt Jr. in the box here lets that one go for a
consider
ball.
all of those challenges. I also think that
there for a strike.
I guess what I'm asking is, if we were to only freshly
fights that one away, still 1-2.
So far as
they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking him.
So far as
swing and a ball hammered left field, and that one is out of here. And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. And there's a ball. Perez goes 6 feet 3 inches, 33 years old, and he was born in Venezuela.
1-1. In terms of not every officer needs to recognize Reyes necessarily, but I'd also like to address that
Reyes
is not tied to an injunction even individually.
Everything came together for him. There's nothing cheap about the way he
Hello?
got down through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under.
Oh, okay. Hey, whatever works for y'all. Yeah, probably better tomorrow with it raining. Okay. All right, I appreciate it. Okay, where we eating? Yeah, I'm good with either one too. It's wherever y'all want to go. Yeah, cheap bastard. All right. Okay, that works out. All right, bye.
Reyes goes, we can't control what precinct he seeks to go into. He hasn't identified certain precincts that he wants to go back to. He says he wants to go back into NYPD precincts generally. That could be any of them. And wherever he goes, there is a risk of irreparable harm based on the district court's factual findings that can't be remediated if we prevail on the appeal. Furthermore, in order to demonstrate his entitlement to this disciplinary remedy, Reyes would have to show something more than that he wants to engage in something that can't be done without a preliminary injunction. Simply wanting to engage in reporting now rather than waiting until the litigation is finished is not enough.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
1-2 now. And another ball. Fly ball down the line. And that's a foul ball.
District Court hearing on the preliminary injunction.
On the ground, right side. They
They
take the force out. That's the inning.
And continue my investigation of the NYPD.
Back here at Kauffman Stadium, second inning set to go. Here's a big power threat. Ken Griffey Jr. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
That's through there for a strike.
Is the recording of
that misses,
that will never come again, and you cannot get back. If Darnella Frazier had been arrested when she started to record the George Floyd murder, she would have had to claim for money damages, but she would have been irreparably. It's the video the world needed to see would not exist. You never know when you're going to have a video the world needs to see. So that's irreparable harm.
Outside,
the city for the first time on a same motion of a preliminary injunction raises a new argument that is entirely foreclosed by binding authority from the New York State Court of Appeals. The scope to which a government entity can regulate property that is held
How is that a strike?
He handles the
using the
bat
trespass
very
laws
well. I
was
wouldn't be
decided by the Court
surprised
of
if the
Appeals
skipper
in
puts on some type
1984
of hit and run or run and hit.
62, New York 74, 1984 Court of Appeals. That's the case where SUNY Binghamton put out a persona non grata letter saying that even though campus is open to the public generally, you can't come in. The Court of Appeals said this is illegal. It said
inside.
a decision to exclude that is predicated on or impermissibly inhibits a constitutionally or statutorily protected activity will not be lawful. That's the Penn State
I was about to say, hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. In the background, I was listening to court hearing. I don't know if y'all watch First Amendment audits. I'm big on watching Long Island. Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island audit, and he's in the process of something against the New York Police Department. They won't let you film in public areas. So that's just what I was listening to. In case anybody was wondering.
0-1.
And the runner
since I paused with hit a double, I'm gonna keep it paused. Drink out of the lights.
Next offering is
Should
in
be all
for
right.
a strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Next one is off the plate. Now 1-2.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Kicks and fires.
That's in. Ball
Well,
two.
this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And here it comes. So Devers will take his base. So a lefty out of the pen, Josh Taylor.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Turner climbs in on that right side. And that one fouled off.
So I noticed y'all, I think both of y'all, I hope 2 viewers joined once this game was in progress. I'm in the conquest for Central.
And that one almost hit him.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners
Go ahead and work
on.
on that and just
Probably a
unlock
challenge
all.
pitch coming.
Finish all conquests. I need some pitchers for going.
Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe.
I need some pitchers
puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield. Even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Now here is
the other
Paul O'Neill.
And
a foul ball.
Mini seasons. I need some of the pitchers that's unlocked.
Strike 2.
4-2 is the count.
Swings through that one. It's a strike.
That was ugly.
Back to the top of the lineup. And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Led off this game with a double. Check swing went around. That's strike 1.
4-1's the count.
And a big swing and a miss.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Next one misses, and that's ball 1. Next offering is outside.
He'd be better off throwing a slider.
3 already across here at the top of the second. Got him.
Told you.
So the Royals bring on a new arm. Jake
Got hella left arms on their team. I'm glad I'm done with them.
Quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Gibson in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive that run.
Oh, now this is
Deuces.
way back there. On its way. Gone. And they tack on to their lead. It's 6-1. And now the right fielder, David Justice. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and miss as he
I didn't want to
chases
swing at that. That's why I was super late. I don't even know why I did.
The pitch. Check swing.
And I didn't swing at that. Hey.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't chase that time. Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah.
Swing and a base hit.
An inside-out swing by the Just Maker.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And now it's the catcher, Gary Sanchez. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
1-0.
Squirts away a little bit. Nice job behind the plate there.
The controller's done.
Here comes a pitch.
Ball 2.
Justice
2
at
balls,
second.
no
Junior on at first with 2 down. Next pitch is outside. Two on, 2 outs. Flips the corner, full count now.
Count is 3-2.
outside, and that is ball 4. New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Carlos Hernandez.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Pitch misses, and the count is 1-1. That's down and in. Bases loaded, 2 down.
Hey, I like that finish in the background.
Here's a 2-2. Got him swinging.
Good pitch.
That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Freddie Fermin. Looks like he wants the signs again. Archie Bradley gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Hit hard, that gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. Swing and a foul straight back.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard.
Loud to second, that's one. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's Hunter Renfroe. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom half of inning number 2. And that skips in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Right through there. So the Royals bring on a new arm, number 58.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box.
Rafael Devers.
The pitch. That one catches the zone. Strike 1.
You know, this group of hitters putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. That's not coming back. That'll fire up the dugout, and they add to their lead. It's 7-1. Justin Turner now singled and scored his first time. Swings through that one. 0-1.
I mean, when you're chasing the opposing starter in the first inning or two, that's just such a tone setter for the game, and it puts the other team back on their heels, and it instills a lot of confidence in your lineup from top to bottom.
0-1 now. The shortstop takes the ball. Check swing, went around. Gonna count 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
This one in the air, center field. Isbell under it. Corrals it. And there's one down. Paul O'Neill, the next to hit. Went down on strikes his first time through.
O'Neill.
And takes low for ball 1. To the right side. Tosses to first. Now 2 away. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. 1 for 2.
Cedric Mullins.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Nabs it, and that'll do it. Set for the bottom of the third, so up now for Kansas City, Michael Massey.
Michael Massey.
We'll do something crazy, guys.
Now a very odd decision. They intentionally walked the leadoff guy. So the odd choice here. They intentionally walk him, and the runner now into scoring position. Now the number 2 hitter, Dairon Blanco.
Now you can call me crazy, but there's a there's something you got to do where you got to strike out the side with the bases loaded without allowing them. So in these big leagues,
on the mound, the closer, Pete Fairbanks.
I'm going to attempt to do it. And just like that, I just wasted that.
For a knock. 1 run is in. Relay throw home. Not in time. He's safe. It's 7-3. At the plate, Salvador Perez just missed.
Should have brought in another pitcher and ruined that guy's area instead of Archie's.
Fairbanks. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. Comes a 2-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout.
I better not strike out the next 3.
Got him for strike 3. Isbell, the next to hit, takes outside. Swing and a miss. And a count even 1-1.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. Now this is in the air down the line, and that will drop foul. That pitch gets the corner. That is strike 2.
Wow, really? After that hit, then I strike out the side?
7-3 is how this one ends.
It's all good.
Chris Singleton and our entire And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Diamond Dynasty Baseball on tap tonight. It's Bangkok taking on the Minnesota Twins. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
The center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
And a pitch. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
0-1's the count.
They say you win.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Righty to the plate. Wouldn't chase that time.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the distance so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Josh Gibson now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Gibson goes 6'1", 220 pounds, and he's usually a catcher, but today he's starting at first. Strike 2.
Well, this will give his legs a break a little
Come
bit.
on, like literally.
Down the entire game, he can be upright and just kind of stay close to first base over there.
2 strikes.
Next pitch, not close, up high. And that's outside. 1 out, base is empty. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Jeffers drifts towards it, and he makes the catch. And there are 2 outs. So digging in, David Justice.
The right fielder, David Justice.
Pretty smart not to serve something up for him right there. He's really good at hitting the first pitch.
That one is absolutely belted. Banks off the wall. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. Not in time. He's got a double.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
And now Ken Griffey Jr. pulls it down, and he makes. Now it's the second baseman, Edouard Julien. Chris, he's their team leader when it comes to RBIs. And the pitch. Luke behind second, and out number 1 on the grab.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Willie Castro, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. One down, base is empty. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The pitch. This to third, and that's a fair ball.
Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Royce Lewis in the box now. Takes strike 1. That catches the top part of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. Here's Byron Buxton.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Buxton, here's the pitch. Runner on the goal. Swing and a miss. Sanchez throws. Too late. Stolen base. Struck him out. He says, I don't care about draft rounds. Take a seat. And welcome back to the ballpark. And Gary Sanchez at the plate. Here, the right-hander back to work. Line drive, base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Solid swing from start.
Stephen Oker gets the ball now.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
No outs, runner at first. And now it's Brandon Lau. Swings through that one for strike one.
0-1.
With the go-ahead run at first, here at the top of the second. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Come on. I didn't swing at that.
Now it's Devers at the plate. Fouled off. He was late. At the belt and fires. And that one fouled off. Sanchez at first, one gone. That one in the dirt and gets away. To second, but way too late. Safe there. And he deals. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Those sliders are hard against left-handers.
And another ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all.
Strike three called and a slider at the knees. So now Turner in on that right side. And there's the strike. Runner at second, two down. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's
Shortstop. Who's my third baseman? Devers is. Who's my first baseman? Gibson. Yo, I took dude completely off the team.
1-1.
Home plate umpires try to tighten things up a little bit.
Way upstairs, and the count is even, 2-2. And swinging for the strikeout. Bottom half of inning up. Number 2, Max Kepler at the plate. Bradish back to work.
Nope.
That one a little bit high. Ball one. Right through there for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
In the dirt. Tosses to first. And quickly one away in the second. Here's Carlos Correa. And there's the strike.
0-1's the count.
Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Got him looking. And he did not like the call. Carlos Santana stands in now and watches strike one. And a strike on the outside edge. Got him swinging.
Hey, Bradish is a beast.
The pitcher on here, Jay Jackson. So digging in, Paul O'Neill.
Number 32.
Swings and sends a rocket to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away.
Good piece of hitting right there. Nice hard line drive to the outfield. You're trying to get on base, represent that go-ahead run. Can't hang your head on that at all.
Oh, really? He just turned around and puts his glove out?
And there's two away. Josh Gibson now at the plate. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or can be bunted right back at a position player.
The wind of the pitch. He goes down looking. Back in Minnesota. Kenley on. here.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And the right-hander deals. Foul ball still 0-2.
That was close.
Right-handed reliever. Tap to first. Down the line, and it's foul. Next pitch is outside.
Oh, so but when I do that, it's a strike.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And Gibson hauls it in for the out.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And now the count is even. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 2 gone now. Julian batting for the second time.
0-1.
And that's strike 1. And that one hammered. That's back there. Can't get there. And now maybe extra bases. Round second, digging for third. He's in there. And the winning run is 90 feet away with 2 out. This is Willie Castro. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The shortstop takes the ball. The winning run at third here in the last half of the third. Lifted in the air out to left. And that is the...
Nolan getting to get his
So a change
opportunity
being made
again.
out at second. Pinch running here. Nolan Jones.
Number 22, Nolan.
Justice
0-1, no
takes a
strike.
ball as he stands in for the second time. And
2
misses
balls, no strike.
inside.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you
outside.
really have to execute on the mound.
And he hits a ground ball right side.
I only swung at that because I just want to do to get the third.
First, and 1 gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
The batter.
Next is the designated hitter, Ken Griffey Jr. He's 1.
Bless me. Oh, come on.
In foul ground. 2 down. Here's Gary Sanchez now. And he's already singled in this game. Sliced hard but foul. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball.
In the dirt. No movement. Now a ball and 2 strikes. And that's outside.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And that's outside. 4th inning underway, no score. And there's ball 4. That's a
That was
great
a big
at-bat. He
walk.
saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Number 72,
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Hey, he's in there.
Wouldn't chase that time.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Cold strike 3 on the fastball. And that ran back over the inner half. Now into the ball game on defense. Nolan.
now catcher, number 72, Harry.
The new pitcher in the... game, John Schreiber. Lewis in the box, lays off for ball 1. Swings, and he breaks his bat. He's got it, and there's 1 down. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Byron Buxton. Right through there for a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Next pitch misses, and the count 1-2. Sets him down looking. Fastball at the letters, froze him for strike 3. Now batting Max Kepler. That misses, and that is ball 1. That one down the line. Takes it himself. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Justin Topa. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Devers now. Devers, the baby-faced assassin. Swings through that.
Well, strike 1 is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage. He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boog. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Got him. 1 away. Here's Turner now. Struck out swinging his first time. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses, and it's 2-2. And it finds its way through for a hit. Here comes Loud. Here comes the throw. He will score, and they take the lead. 1-0.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
That one almost got him. On the ground, out to short.
Yeah, you're not
Lays
going to
out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and that leaves them with runners at first and second. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Right down to shoot, strike 1. Inside, and it hit him.
Damn, Tiffany. So far, the cheapest tickets in the outfield where we normally sit for home opener, they're $97 each. And after tax and all that shit, it comes out to $283. So I'm going to wait till next week. And just hope. Because right here, second row, yeah.
And now the bases are loaded. Now here's Nolan Jones.
Well, nowhere to go on that one. Just squared him up right in the back.
In there at the knees. And that is strike 1.
In the infield at the corners. Don't be surprised to see them come home first. and prevent that run from scoring.
I mean, we'd have to. Nah, I'd want to get, you know.
Next pitch misses.
I'm gonna get Parkin first, and then shit, then possibly buy tickets on my way in. Because usually right there at the very last minute when tickets start to drop. That's if, you know, there are any left. I'll figure it out. I always do.
Back here with my pal Singy. Pete Fairbanks on the pitch out of the pen here.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Just missed.
Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Cheer about something.
And fouled off. Got him looking.
And it's going to clear up after 4 and just be pretty for the rest of the day. I was hoping it was going to rain all day.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
Yeah, I hate that. I was wanting nothing but rain. I was wanting nothing but rain. Because I like rain.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I like pretty days.
Struck him out looking. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 2013 in the playoffs. That one the other way.
You said what?
Base hit into the outfield. Coming home.
Oh, nah.
Across to score, and the Twins tie it up. It's 1-1. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner. That one in there across the letters. The other way.
God damn it.
And that's a fair ball. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is now in scoring position.
For 2 outs, this motherfucker's choking away.
Now at the plate, Edouard Julien.
You better hope I don't unlock that.
First pitch misses for ball one. Late with the swing there.
When I do, you're done.
Game if guys will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitter's got to look down in the zone.
And a foul ball. He stays
Mike in there. Closing over to Archie.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count. Swung on, belted. Mullins going back on this one. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. In comes the winning run, and they walk it off.
You said what? Well, one of them said they liked the other one said they didn't.
Target Field in Minneapolis. Diamond Dynasty Baseball coming your way on the show. It's the Drillers taking on the Minnesota
Walmart
Twins.
Stories.
This happened just a couple of weeks ago when I went to Walmart one night.
All right, ready
I
to
think
go
it was
here.
about 8 o'clock,
And now
and
the
I
center
went there
fielder,
to only get a few
Cedric
things.
Mullins.
When I got inside the store, it seemed pretty normal to me.
Ground ball up the
It
middle.
wasn't too busy, and it wasn't completely
Correa
dead
over
either.
first. And
I didn't
quick
waste
out
any
number
time
one.
and started walking
Josh
to the
Gibson
right.
stepping in
The first
now.
thing on my list was to get some more soap. As I was
That one
walking down that
misses.
way, I
1-0.
remember seeing a man walking in the opposite direction. He was wearing a shirt that said Human Mammal
Top of the
on it.
zone, and
I
it's called a
specifically
strike.
remember seeing that. But afterwards, I passed him by and kept walking. After getting the soap, I then headed towards the back end of the
1-1 is
store.
fouled off.
I was over there getting the last
One out,
several
base
items,
is
and
empty.
it took me a little bit over 5 minutes. Then I headed back towards the front end of the store.
Shot it, misses.
When I
That's
made it a little
strike.
more than halfway to the front, that particular area was very quiet. But there was one person there. and they caught my attention. It was the man that I had seen earlier, and he was standing in a random aisle, just pushing things off the shelf. It was like he was trying to make a mess. The man had slightly long, dark hair, was somewhat big, and a little bit less than 6 feet tall. When I saw him doing this, I couldn't help but look. I was going to just keep walking past him. When I got kind of close to him, I stopped. The man looked at me as he continued throwing things on the floor. I asked him what he was doing. I didn't say it in a way as if I worked at Walmart or as if I was mad at him. I was just genuinely curious. The man looked at me as I spoke, but did not stop his actions. After my question, he looked away and completely ignored me. I looked around and did not see any employees in the immediate area. When I looked back to the man, he was giving me the middle finger. I thought about saying something to the guy, but decided not to, and just walked away. Somebody would see what he was doing soon enough, and he would probably get kicked out of the store or banned. I walked the rest of the way over to the self-checkouts. Then I checked out and started to leave. Well, I guess as I was checking out, the man in the human mammal shirt walked over to me without me knowing. Because as soon as I was walking into the parking lot, I looked back and saw the guy walking behind me. He was like 50 feet back, and at first, I wasn't sure if he just happened to be leaving at the same time as me. I don't even know why I decided to look behind me, but I'm glad that I did. The guy appeared to be looking right at me, which was strange, but I ignored it. I continued as normal and got to my car, unlocked it, and went inside. I wasn't in a rush to leave or anything, but when I started the engine and was getting ready to back out, I saw him. The human mammal had followed me all the way to my car and was now standing right behind me. He was looking at me through the rear window of my vehicle. I waited for about a minute, and he didn't move at all. Then I rolled down my window and yelled to the guy, asking him to move. He ignored me completely. He just stood there with barely any expression on his face. This guy was really confusing to me. I honked my horn, and he still didn't move. So then, I turned my engine off and got out of my car. At first, the man still didn't move. I asked him what his problem was, and he still ignored me. I wasn't really sure what to do. I didn't want to get in the guy's face or anything, because he seemed sort of unpredictable. I decided to walk back inside Walmart. As I went through the parking lot, the man calmly walked behind me, following me yet again. By the time I made it to the doors, he was maybe 10 feet behind me. When I walked inside, I wasn't really sure where to go, so I just started walking. But when I made it sort of past the self-checkouts, I saw a few employees standing around. The man behind me was still about 10 feet back, and one of the employees approached him. He tried to walk past, but another employee walked in front of him. I heard that they were confronting him about throwing things off the shelves in the aisles. Somebody must have seen him, or possibly he was seen on security cameras. This allowed me to get away from the guy, and I turned around and left the store while he was still there. This time, he wasn't able to follow me. I left and haven't seen him since. Hopefully he was banned from the store or something. Really not sure why he did all of that. It was like he was just trying to cause problems.
That's through for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. On the mound now for the Twins, Stephen Oker.
When I was 16 years old, I got my first job working at a Walmart. It was about 10 minutes away from my parents' house, where I lived at the time. I was in high school and worked sometimes after classes or on weekends. During this time, I did not have a car. My parents would drive me to and from work. I was hoping to earn enough money from my Walmart job over time to possibly buy a car.
Come on, he was safe.
Months after I started working there, I had a shift one night. I started at 4 p.m. after school and got off at 9 o'clock. I was the cashier, was at the check line for my entire shift. Things pretty much went by as usual. The store was not too busy, and there was really only 2 hours where there were a lot of customers. Other than that, it was fairly quiet. I actually was able to get off a little bit early that night. At about 8:45, my manager told me that I could leave now because things were so quiet. I left the check lanes and went to the employees-only area of our store to clock out. Then I texted my mom, letting her know that I was off early. She knew that I worked until 9, and sometimes I would get off a little bit early or later. My mom replied quickly, letting me know that she would be leaving to come and get me. I left the store and walked to the front of it. There were a few benches looking out to the parking lot and the sidewalk area over there. There were also a couple of small plants and trees as well scattered around. I sat next to this tree on a bench where I would often sit and wait for my mom to pick me up if she wasn't there already. I went on my phone and just waited. The parking lot was pretty quiet for the most part by now. It was getting to be a little bit later at night, Still, occasional customers would come inside the store or leave. There were also a lot of cars in the parking lot with all the employees we had, as well as the customers. I remember seeing this one car, which was a larger and older-looking SUV, enter the parking lot. It drove around, and then drove right in front of the entrance doors, which were a little ways to my left. Then it slowly went forward and past me, going to the other side of the doors. I watched it go past those doors and take a left, going back through the parking lot. I really didn't think much of it and focused my attention back to my phone. But I remember a couple of minutes later, looking up and seeing the car again. It was back, as if it was taking another lap around the parking. It was also moving at a very slow speed. This time, the car came to one of the parking lots and then turned to go towards me again. It drove along the front of the store and slowed down some more. Then it stopped, literally right in front of me.
That don't make no sense for how slow he is.
But I was more confused than anything. This certainly wasn't my mom's car. After the SUV stopped, the passenger side window, which was closer to me, rolled down. Now I could see that there was a man in the driver's seat. He was looking right at me. He then yelled to me, asking if I needed a ride. The man said that he could drive me home, straight to wherever I was going. I shook my head and told him no thanks. I didn't get a good look at the guy, but I remember that he had sort of dark and long hair and was wearing a baseball cap. He said that I should go with him and waved me over. I still said no, but the man did not drive away. I thought he would leave, but for a few moments he just sat there. Then, suddenly, his driver's door opened up, and the man started walking around the car. The next thing I knew, I saw the guy emerge from behind his car. He was walking right towards me. He was moving at a fast pace, and I quickly got up from the bench. I turned and ran for the entrance of Walmart and didn't look back. I made it inside within probably 10 seconds. Then I finally looked behind me. The man had not followed me into the store. I didn't see him immediately outside either, and figured that he had gone back to his vehicle. I remained inside the store, sitting on an inside bench until my mom texted me that she was there. She arrived about 5 minutes after I had entered the mall to let me know that she was in the parking lot out front. I walked out and saw my mom's car and got inside of it. When I did, I felt much better. I told her about what had happened, and we looked around. Then I saw the same SUV in the parking lot. This time, it was parked in a space, and the engine was running. We left, and luckily were not followed or anything. I remember that when we got home, I called my boss and reported the incident. Not sure if the guy ever came back or not. For the rest of the time that I worked there, nothing like that happened, and I never saw the guy either.
And that's ball one. Wouldn't chase that time.
For a little background, I'm a female who lived fairly close to several different Walmarts. There was one in particular, though, that I would typically go to because it was the closest to my house. I would say that I went there maybe once a week on average. I did most of my regular shopping there because the prices were cheaper than most other grocery stores. One night, I went there maybe 8 o'clock or so. I was going around the store and getting a few things. The store was pretty quiet, I remember, and because of that, I noticed that someone seemed to be following me around. I really didn't know exactly when they started, but I walked through about 4 aisles with the same person trailing me. I stopped and looked back. It was a Walmart employee. He was sort of short and had dark brown hair and glasses. When I looked at him, he kind of stopped. Then I turned and kept going. But shortly after I left the aisle, I saw him again. I couldn't believe it. It was so obvious that he was following me, but I didn't know why. I decided to go to a random aisle sort of far away. He followed me, saying about 30 feet back at least. When I got into an aisle, I stopped there, and he stopped at the end of it. I couldn't take it anymore, so I approached him. I walked to the end of the aisle where he stood, seemingly looking at items on the shelf. He must have been trying to make it look like he was working and not following me. I said to him, "Is there a reason why you were following me around the store?" The guy looked at me all confused, claimed that he wasn't. He said that he didn't know what I was I told him that he had gone down every aisle that I did for the last 5 minutes at least. He claimed that it must have been a coincidence, and said that he was always moving around the store. I just shook my head and walked away. When I did, he didn't follow me. The fact that I confronted him hopefully let him know that I knew what he was doing. I didn't feel like reporting him. I finished up my shopping and then left without seeing the guy. After this experience, I figured that it wouldn't happen again. After all, I had caught him. But the next time I went to that Walmart, roughly about a week later, It did happen.
That's in there.
This time, it was harder to tell. He did a better job of following me while still keeping a distance, but I could still tell that he was following me. I noticed him not that long after entering the store. I noticed him across the walkway in another aisle. I moved away, hoping that he hadn't seen me yet at all. But I saw him again a short time later, closer to me. When I moved to another aisle just a short time later, I saw him at the end of that. At that point, I decided to just leave. I didn't even bother to buy anything at all. I was pretty creeped out by the guy. He didn't follow me out of the store or anything, and I hoped to not see him again after that. I considered not going back to that Walmart. The next time that I had to go to the store, I went somewhere else. Several weeks later, I must have forgotten about it, because I went back to the Walmart and was hoping to have a normal shopping trip. I wasn't thinking about the guy until I noticed him again. It was maybe 5 minutes after I had entered the store. He was walking by about 20 feet away. When I remembered him, I decided to just leave immediately. I would go to the next closest Walmart instead, which was maybe 5 to 10 minutes away. I turned and started walking ahead of him. When I did, I sensed him walking behind me. I looked over my shoulder and saw that he was in fact walking behind me. He was maybe 20 feet back. I went straight for the exits and walked out of the doors. To my surprise, he walked right out of the doors after me. I couldn't believe it. After maybe 10 feet of walking through the parking lot, he was still following me. At that point, I just started running. I sprinted for my car, unlocked it, and got inside. When I did, I looked around for the guy, but I didn't see him at all. I'm not sure exactly where he went, but he could have easily been hiding behind any car in the parking lot or something. I left and went to another store. After that, I did not go back to that Walmart. I called them up and reported what had happened, but I'm not sure how they handled it. I'm not sure what the guy was doing either, why he thought he could always follow me around like that. I thought a few times that maybe he didn't even work at the Walmart. Maybe he was just wearing the vest. It's possible, but I honestly think that he did work there. When he followed me out of the store, it was really unexpected though, hoping that I never see him again.
The pitch. Oh, and this one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's on its way out of here.
I used to work at Walmart. I worked there for about 6 months. I mostly just stocked shelves. I also worked past close often and would work overnights. The job was pretty easy, and I would usually get there at about 10 o'clock at night and work until 6 a.m. The store closed at 11 p.m., so for about an hour I would be working with customers in the store, although generally there were very few of them at that hour. Our particular location was probably one of the quieter ones. We were always hiring and often a little bit short-staffed, even with it being one of the quieter Walmarts. I imagine that some other Walmarts probably have lots more employees than we did. One night, I got to work at 10 o'clock and had some boxes of items to stock shelves with in the grocery area. At around midnight, I was by myself in one of the back grocery aisles. It was mostly quiet in the immediate area where I was. But out of nowhere, I heard something fall off seemingly with the top shelves in the
And
next
now the
row
center
over.
fielder,
I
Cedric
thought this was
Mullins.
weird, and I stopped what I was doing to go see.
And
I
he
figured that
punts,
another
but
coworker
that's a
was
foul
there for some
ball.
reason. When I walked around the corner
And
and
now
looked
the
into that
lefty.
aisle, I didn't see anybody at all.
Now a
Went
drag
back to what I
on
was
third
doing
base
and
side.
continued with
And he
work.
picks it up and
For
he'll
the
put
next
it
10
in
minutes
his
or so,
pocket.
everything was normal. But then, out of nowhere, I saw this guy walk into my view
This
for just a
is
second.
inside. Now
He was
1
passing by
and 2.
my aisle and did not appear to be an employee, but I only saw him for like a second. I got
That
up
one
and
almost
walked
got
over.
him.
When I looked around the corner, I saw him disappearing into another aisle. I called out, asking who was there, but got no
And
response.
down on strikes
I
it
decided
goes.
to go and see who it
And one
was.
gone.
I walked
And
over
now,
and into the aisle
Josh
where the guy
Gibson.
went. When I looked down this window,
Fought off
I didn't see
foul.
anybody. It was really strange because I didn't hear him leave the
And
aisle.
one down.
I was sure that he was there.
Late on
I
that
kept looking
fastball.
down that.
Well,
And
that's
then
today's
I
style
saw
of
him.
baseball right there,
He was
right?
hiding
Big
within
time
the
velo
aisle,
on
the
the
bottom
bump,
shelf.
big time pop.
He was mostly covered by boxes and
One
was
out,
about
base
halfway
is
down.
empty.
I just barely saw his head peeking out between the
Knocks
boxes.
that one
It
away,
was a
and
really
we'll do
strange
it again.
sight.
Clearly trying
I
to
should have
stay
just
back
walked
a little
away
bit longer
and
for
got
that
my
change
box.
up as he
But I
fouls that
decided to call
fastball
out to the
back.
man again and asked him
And
what
that
he was
one
doing.
almost got him.
When I did, he did not move or answer me. I told him that he had to leave
Guy
when we
right
were
there.
closed.
Really
I don't
good
think this
take,
really had
especially
much of an
with two
effect on him.
strikes.
He remained hidden, even though I knew where he was,
Gets
and
a
he
piece
also
there.
knew
We'll
that.
do it again.
I left at that point to find my
Payoff
box.
pitch.
I walked a ways away, and I let him know that there was somebody hiding in one of the aisles.
Easy, but he
We
earned
both
that
walked
walk
back
after
over
a
to the
long
aisle where
at
the
bat.
man was. But when we got there, we were just in time to see him running away. He went sprinting out of the aisle and out of both of our sights. We briefly walked over to where he had gone, but he had been running pretty fast.
And that's a
My
little
boss told me
high.
that it would be taken care of, and I could go back to work. As my boss walked away, I heard him radioing in to somebody else, and I felt at ease about the situation. I went back to work after, like usual. I stocked shelves for the next hour and a half or so. But then, as I was over there by myself, I heard a noise of somebody approaching me. I turned around, and once again was expecting to see a coworker, but I saw the same guy. Somehow, he was still here. I thought my boss told me he was going to take care of it. The guy startled me, and I got up and immediately started running away. It was the only thing that I could think to do. The crazy part is the man actually started running after me. He gave chase as I ran past several aisles before finding a coworker. When another coworker saw us, the man finally diverted and ran into another direction. At that point, both my coworker and I went in the opposite direction of the guy. The police ended up being called, and a bunch of us employees were evacuated from the store. When the police got there, they went inside and were able to catch the man after probably 10 minutes. I'm not sure how, but the guy had been able to elude everyone for several hours. He stayed in the store after closing, and nobody was able to kick him out. He would hide in the store and move around when nobody was watching him. What his ultimate plan was, I don't know. It really creeped me out, though. I'm glad that I saw him when I did. Not even sure why he was approaching me. I had a bizarre experience after shopping at Walmart not too long ago. It was a normal afternoon, and I was doing some grocery shopping. It was at my local Walmart, located roughly 10 minutes from my house. The store was pretty busy, with lots of other people shopping. I was inside for at least half an hour, and in front of the grocery aisles. When I was there, a man struck up a conversation with me. The man was probably about 5'8", had glasses, and was bald. He started out saying hi to me and asked me what I was shopping for. It seemed a little bit strange because he didn't work there. Usually other people don't talk to you. The way he spoke was somewhat friendly, but it seemed a little bit odd. I said I was doing some grocery shopping. It was almost done.
Not even
He
close
spoke with me a little bit longer, asking
3-2.
me if I was going home after, and I said yes. And that question a little bit odd, but the man then told me that he had a lot more shopping to do and started to go over several things that he was buying. I figured that he was just trying to be friendly, and I didn't really mind talking to him, even though it was a little bit awkward. The conversation really only lasted for a couple of minutes. Then I told the guy that I was going to check out after I got the last item, and I said bye to him. He said bye as well, and seemed to walk in another direction. I then went over to the self-checkout area and started scanning all the items from my car. It was kind of busy over there, and every other register was occupied by a customer. The line was even starting to form with people after I got there. Within the crowd of people, though, when I was almost done checking out, I saw the man who had talked to me. He was in line to check out, behind somebody that was also waiting. It was kind of hard to see, but it was definitely him. It seemed a little bit odd to me, because I thought he had told me that he had more shopping to do. But I really didn't think too much of it. I just finished checking out and then left. After leaving the store, I loaded up my groceries into my car and drove away. Everything went fine, and I got back home about 10 minutes later. I went inside and put everything away. When that was done, maybe 5 minutes after arriving back home, I looked out of the front window. I have a large front window off the dining room on the right side of my house. It looked right out to the driveway and then the street. When I looked out there, I saw a car coming down the street. The neighborhood is usually quiet. The cars driving by is not something that happens every minute. I just casually watched the car drive by, and I didn't know or care who it was. That is, who had turned right into my driveway. This made me really confused. I had no clue as to who it would be. After the car parked, I was still there, about 5 feet away from the window, looking out. The door of the car then opened, and I saw the same guy from Walmart get out of it. He then walked right up the driveway to my front door. As he was walking up, I quickly dodged down. I really don't know if he saw me, but he proceeded to knock on my door, to which I did not answer. I was too freaked out. He knocked again, and I stayed where I was. I didn't even want to get up, or he might be able to see me. After probably 5 minutes, I hadn't heard anything in a little while, and I got up. I saw that he wasn't at the front door anymore. But then I looked over to the left, realized he was at another front window. He was looking in, and I ran out of the room. After that, I was ready to call the police if the guy tried to break in or something. When I went back to look a few minutes later, he was actually gone.
That curveball's
His
the
car was
lead.
also not in my driveway, and I felt much better. I haven't seen him since. I really don't know how he knew where I live. He must have followed me home without me noticing or something. I'm glad he didn't try breaking in. Why he went to my house in the first place,
In there for
I
a
don't know.
strike at the top of the zone. That one fouled off.
So he threw those
Devers stands at
high
first and one out.
curveballs. That's why I swung at that high fastball, thinking it was going to pop down like the curveballs do.
Brings it in. That's out number 2.
These true
So the
911
batting
calls
order
defy
turns over.
expectations.
Cedric Mullins
kidnapping.
getting ready to hit.
This week on Poker After Dark. This show was seen in like 17 countries.
Swing and a
Family
line
poker
drive
point
curling
of
foul
view.
down the right
It's run out.
side.
You know what they should be? Wannabe Sam Dribbles.
Might they got him a small glove.
He's a double barrel.
That one pulled
I
foul.
object to that. You're a liar.
We already had a fight about this night.
We can have another one.
But there's an old saying. The only thing you need to play this game is your punch. But to sit down and win against the
Left-hand
best,
batter waits.
you need a whole lot more.
And a ground
Poker
ball to
actually
first.
isn't.
Boots it.
Poker's about making
But they
it.
get the out at first, and that'll do it. Bottom of the second. And here's the catcher, Jake
You got to shut the door.
Rogers.
You got to come in through the windows. That's what
Swings
you
and
do.
misses.
You got to have the courage to
No
bluff.
one's the count.
Courage doesn't necessarily mean the absence of fear. But you got to swallow that pride. You got to throw your hands away when you know you're beat. When you're really on your game, you look your opponent in the eye.
You
walk me through that experience,
strike
what do you-
two.
Feels like a change right there. Just pulled the string.
Squirt him.
Got him looking. And that's the first out.
I need some
Colt
deep in
Keith
this strike.
now for the Tigers. And a foul ball left side.
We got this.
One down, base is empty.
Welcome to Haunted Homies with Matt Rice, Elton Castay, and Corey Shearer. A show about all things that haunt you, from ghosts and monsters, bad breakups, embarrassing moments, and unforgettable stories. Also told live, but
Wind and
within
pitch.
top
And a swing and a miss. And there's two away.
guys, man. Thank you guys so much for coming out to Haunted Homies. One of the things we like to do to start the show off when things around the audience is ask a round of applause. Who here does believe in the bare home?
Axtell bringing us in for a strike.
Okay.
The
Now,
wind of the
who
pitch.
does not believe?
And there's a foul
You
ball.
can make some noise. Make some noise if you don't believe. I love that you, in order for you to say you don't believe, you sounded like a ghost.
Trying to hold a one-run lead.
Okay,
Bottom half of
raise your
inning
hand.
number
It's more quiet for who does not
Back to
believe.
right.
Right there.
And
Wait,
that'll
right,
fall
right
for
here
a
as
base
well?
hit.
Why not, bro? Should be another experience there.
No, I didn't get much of that
Give it a
one.
jab.
but it's gonna-
Ugh,
look
man.
like a
Yo,
line
that's
drive
girl.
across the line. There are a lot of nicknames. People
I know, he
attach
doesn't believe in
to this
demons, but
guy.
girls speaking in tongues. Isn't that
Duck
crazy?
snort, lawn dart, etc. But whatever you
Dude,
wanna call it,
just because you have an experience with
those
this,
are the
it's
ones
not
that
real,
make you
okay?
smile as a hitter just
It's really
about
out.
every
All
time.
right, well, I'm hoping
Right
they
now,
can
they're looking
believe
for
Rogue
something
tonight.
to
If
hit
not, maybe
hard
she
into
will.
the
Maybe
gaps,
she
give them
can
an
talk some
opportunity
sense into
with
your
2 outs to
portal
score that
back
run
there.
from first.
Here comes the pitch.
There's some people here tonight. Like I said, we have some fan written letters tonight who give very descriptive stories of the experiences that they have had in the paranormal realm.
That ends the
Sometimes it's
inning.
kind of fun to kick things off on like the highest note possible. We kind of like to ask, has anyone ever had like a very, I don't even want to describe
An
it,
extreme paranormal experience. Has anyone ever had poltergeist activity? Like, have they been thrown? Have you ever been lifted in the air or an exorcism?
two at one table?
Okay. Both of you have your hands up.
I was put down the stairs.
You were pushed down the stairs.
I pulled down the stairs.
You were pulled down. Were you guys meet in the middle and just in the middle of it? Oh, no. Definitely haunted. Same staircase?
Yeah. That's my dad.
That's your dad?
That's my dad.
And you look older than him. What? How old are you? You are not 25, you Kris Kringle mother. That is absolutely not, bro. You're only here because he came early. Like, that's some Santa Claus. You look like if Santa Claus worked at Bass Pro Shops. Like,
Takes low, second trip to the plate in this one.
That's your dad? And there's white in your beard.
Now
And Santa
ball
Claus
right
did
center.
Reindeer.
Carpenter
Hilarious. That's
makes
me.
the
You
grab,
legitimately
and there's one down. Now it's the right fielder,
Things
David
gonna be
Justice.
awkward, dude. Is it a dip pouch? Yeah, only stepdads use that. Come on, man.
So you guys were stuck between a spiritual game of tug of war. One was getting pushed, one was getting down the stairs. Was it at the same time?
No. Same house.
Yeah.
What house you guys live in currently?
Hell no.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. That is the dad answer. You redeemed yourself. Okay. You moved out of the house. About how long ago was this?
Flips the corner. It's a ball in 2 strikes.
2 years. Was the house you raised in?
Yeah.
And did it ever try to hurt you in any other time?
Hey, dude, I got
Down the
get
line.
vision.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
no
It's
one
just-
can get to it. It's a foul ball.
It's their dicks together. His looks younger, too.
One down, base is empty.
His is uncircumcised.
This one lifted in the air, left field. No
Do you know
trouble
what
here.
this
Puts it
spirit
away for the
demon
out.
is?
And there's 2 down. And now here is Ken Griffey Jr. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
You want me to look for it first? I'll see it.
Swings through that one.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. Let's see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Rich. I'll be honest, I don't know. You see it?
I'll be honest, I can't figure out what this is.
Yeah, I don't know what you're
Top
seeing.
half of inning
Yeah, I don't
number
see the
3.
teams. This looks like that. What's that? Omega?
Omega. Oh, it is that. Okay, cool. No, it is what I thought. It's right here. It's a face. There's like an eye, a nose, a mouth. It looks like a Joker face in the picture.
Strike.
Wouldn't have to.
You brought it to your priest?
Yeah.
Yeah, for everybody who couldn't see it in the back,
Taking
Steven's moving.
over on the mound.
So, just so you
I
guys
can't
know.
imagine any
It
saves
definitely
an
it
easy
could be a
one.
ghost
You're
for
holding
sure.
a small
It could be a
lead on
mall.
the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the
Starting
best
to sound like
advice
me,
they can.
didn't
So
we?
it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to
You get
try and
hurt
close
being
it
pushed
out.
downstairs?
The shortstop takes the ball.
It's fun to start
An
off the show
interesting
by hearing some of the
situation.
more
One
aggressive
swing you
stories
can
because
tie
now
up
we
the
have
ball game,
kind of
but
two
if you're
portions of the show
patient and
coming
work
up where
them
we're going to
off,
read some funny
and you
stories
bring
people
the
submitted that are
game-winning
here
run
at
to
the
the
show.
plate.
He takes it
Things
on
that
his
haunt
own.
them, like I said,
One
traumatically,
gone, bottom of the third
emotionally,
inning.
mentally haunting.
Well, that's really the
And then
money
we're going
spot.
to bring
Down
it back
and
around
away,
to some
if
scary
you can
ghost
locate
stories.
that consistently, it's
Also,
going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you
Make
love to see
first
relievers
one
do coming out of that
is
bullpen.
And downstairs.
Good.
Strike 3.
Log line.
Got him swinging.
My siblings and I
And they're
avenged
down
our
their
dead
last
dad
one.
by torturing a
So it's their
homeless
last
person.
chance in this one. And the batter now, Riley
You can read
Green.
this one if
Swing
you
and a
want to.
miss.
This is our first show in New York. What the?
Swing and a ball hit out towards
Okay,
left
this is
center
somebody's
field.
real story. We did not make this up.
Before we read this, can I make sure Daisy? Are you here?
Not gonna get
Good.
him. He's in there.
Yeah.
It always feels
Cool.
amazing getting a job done when the
Release.
team needs you to come through. It's just
Yeah.
Softly, but that goes
My dad
foul.
himself about 5 years ago.
That's
Him
the
and my mom
third.
were married for over 15 years, but himself in our backyard
And
in
there is the
October of
ball
2017. In
these
quotations,
three-inning
honestly, we
games
just left
often
him up
come
there
down to who
because we
scores
needed to put
first.
him on.
They
Halloween
found a way to push
decorations.
one across and
God
hold on for the
damn!
win.
And a 1-0 final score here in this one.
My
For Chris
God.
Singleton and our
But you
entire
have
outstanding
me.
crew
That's
here at MLB The
That's
Show.
so my sense of humor. I love that. Wow. And you don't have a dad? That's bad behavior. Oh my God. All right. I was 15, my brother was 14, and my oldest sister was 18. 3 months after my dad passed away, my mom started dating one of my father's old friends, who was at the same time homeless, toothless, and addicted to drugs. We might have the same mom. In quotations, not the cool drugs like acid or pot. He smoked crack and crushed up pills. I thought he said not the fun ones. All right. Fine.
Therapy for my siblings and I clearly wasn't working, so we tried to drive him away. My older sister would take his clothes and cut little holes in them and slowly put pieces of his clothing into the fires we would have to make every week. My sister ordered liquid laxatives, and my brother and I would make him smoothies. He fit himself twice. And he would have diarrhea weekly. Imagine doing crack and that isn't the worst part of your life. Shooting up and shooting out. Shooting up and shooting out. Hilarious. My brother ordered liquid and would spray it under my mom's door when they would be together, and they would have to stop what they were doing and let the room air out. My brother pissed in his work boots. I would connect to the smart TV and put on porn, so when my mom walked in, she would start yelling at him. My sister found out he was allergic to sour cream, so we snuck it into his pasta because we thought it would be funny. His throat started to swell up, and he had to take Benadryl and almost had to go to the hospital. Part of me feels bad, but part of me is like, oh well, builds character, I guess. But it still haunts me a little. Yeah, give it up for Oscar. Wow, you're a monster. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin. Daisy?
Yeah.
What was it about this guy you didn't like the most?
He breathed, I guess.
He breathed. What are you going through? Even his breath is pissing you off? So you made him shit himself? How long did they continue to date for?
They're married now.
What? He loves her. He loves your mom very much. I will say that. To put up with that guy, literally? Does he know you did this stuff now?
No.
No, he's gonna. This is a live podcast. Holy. Does he still not have teeth?
Yeah.
Does he still do crack?
Yeah.
Nice. Was that his dealer? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Does he do, like, any cooler drugs now?
No.
Okay. We hate this guy now.
At what point did you stop? Are you still doing it to this day?
Still terrorizing him?
No, like when he went in anaphylactic shock, I was like,
Yeah, the attempted murder is probably where you start to draw the line a little bit. Holy sh! Listen, I hated my stepdad, but I never made him himself, dude. Holy sh! That's next level. Kind of impressive. But also imagine you really love this woman and like, this is what her kids are doing to you. How much shit would you really put up with? Not that much. Not that much, right? No. Is your mom hot? Don't be rude.
she's like a Fort Loco, not a wine.
She's a Four Loko, not a wine. Okay. Is your mom a chola? You know, that was like so non-descriptive, but like I got it entirely. A White Claw, not White Zinfandel. Got it. Does your mom know? Did you ever tell her that you were doing it?
I told her about the laxative, and she was like, what else did you do? And I was like, nothing.
You're a liar. How did they meet? Was she just like driving to the grocery store one day and handed him $1?
Ready to go now? Now the left fielder.
What's her number on it? That's actually kind of romantic, isn't it? It's cute. This story should be fun.
As he turns
It
on
says,
the rubber,
I had a
with
full
it,
face-to-face
live on delivery.
conversation with
Tapped
my
at the plate,
ex's
but it's a
mom
foul
while
ball.
he was inside
And
me.
he'll one. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
She can live up in the zone all game if guys are
I gotta
chasing.
hear that.
There's too much velocity.
Hilarious, and everyone else is
Down
like,
in the zone.
Gets it to first on the run. One up, one down.
I'm very intrigued. Yeah, what position is that? Okay. So, a few years back, me and my now ex
Josh
were having
Gibson
sex.
stands in
I was
here.
on top
Tried to
doing
hold
my
back his
thing
swing there, but went
when his
around.
mom walked in. I didn't even
Swing
have
and a
time to
miss.
get myself
Off
off
balance that
or
time.
pretend that we
Got the
weren't
hitter
doing what
already
we were just
chasing
doing.
that nasty slider.
Luckily,
If you're on the
we at
mound,
least
you
had a sheet covering us, and I had a shirt,
Two strikes
but
on him.
anyone could tell
And he
what was
hit him.
going on.
And now the right
Maybe she
fielder,
was too
David
nervous to
Justice.
say
I think
anything,
he's getting
or
hit whether he tries
genuinely
to get out
just
of the way
thought
or not.
I was
That just
sitting
seemed to
on
be
top of
tracking
him.
him out of the
Yeah,
pitcher's
for
hand.
sure.
Hit pretty well
Also,
in the air out to
she
center.
hides with a shirt on. Amateur.
And there are 2 down.
Maybe that's cool. It was cool. Fine. But she proceeded to have a full-blown conversation with us while he's still inside of me. She was asking us stuff like what we needed from the store. Tried to say anything that gave her out of the room privacy. The conversation felt like it was going on forever. Okay, wait. How do you think that conversation went? I'm more interested as to how he stayed hard the whole time. It's like when your mom, comes in the room, don't you see your like,
Julian digs in now.
Like that should be instinctual.
In the center,
Imagine
under it.
So she's on top of him, the mom walks in. And she's like, hey guys, are you guys hungry? I'm gonna get dinner. And then she's just like, yeah. And then she's like, okay, well, like, what do you guys want to eat? You want to get like panda or something like that?
Puts the squeeze on that one.
Okay, what do you want? You want like a half and half, like chow mein fried rice? Yeah.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Ken Griffey Jr.
Did you
This is the zone.
chicken? Okay. We're assuming she was in cowgirl. I'm hoping she was in reverse cowgirl, just getting her hair pulled. Oh, it's like, yeah, teriyaki. Oh my God! Okay, let me get back to this. It was probably at least a good 3 to 5 minutes where she finally left and saw that this section should be.
Oh, that's intentional. That means that mom knew, and that was intention of being like, I'm gonna look you in your eyes while you, my son.
Yeah. I'm gonna. She was waiting to hear that.
Skips into the.
Oh my God. Like a slug retreating.
On the ground to the left. Fair ball.
Salt on it.
And that's a leadoff double.
It's disgusting. But she finally left and shut the door. I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed in my life. But I do think we started where we left off and continued once she was gone. Nice.
Can't hold on, and that's a strike.
Carly, where are you at? Right there on the right, I think. Give it up for Carly, y'all.
To the outfield base hit. Here comes Junior around third. And they'll score first. It's 1-2. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for 2.
Were you on top like Froggy, or were you doing like that grinding thing that hurts us?
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Frog, what do you call it? No, it needs a name. Bouncy bounce.
1 out,
something,
base is empty.
Something discreet. Were you facing him? Yeah. Okay. Hey, so you got a blanket around the waist.
Out
you got a shirt
center.
on. A sheet.
Buxton moves under it.
That works
the
well.
catch for the out. 2 down.
Could you have locked the door?
Devers.
No. What?
We had 2 doors that went to his room, and neither of them opened.
But also, I admire your bravery to be like, let's just see what happens. And she was going to the grocery store?
Wouldn't chase that time.
2 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire.
How did the guy react when she left? Was he like, that was weird?
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes.
I love the idea of nothing being spoken. What do we do now? You guys should have waited for his parents to start that night and then walked in and be like, you guys need anything?
You should have gone.
Are you still seeing the same guy? Dang. Why? Mommy issues? What's the problem?
Head to the bottom of the second. Here's Byron Buxton.
With his mom?
Cortez.
That would have been the ultimate twist. No.
And that one
I don't
fouled
know.
Probably. You'll want.
That's why she stayed for 5 minutes. I was waiting for the invite. She was like, I guess I'll go to the store then.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
How much longer did y'all stay together after that happened?
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
And she
Couldn't
walked
hit
in
the
other
fastball at
times.
the knees. Max Kepler.
Oh, so that means that was a clean ball for sure. That was intentional then. Did she wait and like she always walk in when you were all the way inserted, like doing all the way?
And that quickly, 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball.
Details.
Excellent piece of work.
Kyle Farmer, the next to hit, takes ball
Come on, you
1.
little freak. Yeah, say it. You're all soft-spoken and innocent. Meanwhile, you getting
make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You've got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
She came in the other doorway. You were giving him head, she walked in. Did you see her, or did she wait and watch? You don't know? She probably watched.
A new arm into the game, the righty, Jay Jackson.
Just trying to keep this one close here. This is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to
She's like, you shouldn't talk with your mouth full, sweetie. Like, you shouldn't.
The leadoff batter, as he looks at
my God. Terry, I thought she was going to say, you know, there was like another door. Like, she gave me
Here's a swing and a drive.
I thought for sure.
That's back there.
I know.
And that one is going to go. And now, Paul O'Neill.
I wish you privacy. Yeah. And strength and healthy knees. You know?
Right
are
side.
you seeing anybody now? It's complicated. Does his dad come in? Like, what is it? How much more complicated could it be?
Cedric Mullins. Rounded out his first time.
I like this guy. He's going to have some crazy.
That's down and away.
No way.
Breaking ball
I can't watch that.
right there.
I have 14 stuffed animals watching me.
I'm to give him the call. I bet you if he goes again,
real weird.
hitter knows he's going to have to swing.
That's how it's not that.
Settles under this one.
And that you would say, like, with your new boyfriend, that same mom was saying,
the
other guy's mom.
very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
That was an incredible story. Very beautiful. Give it up, y'all.
Strike one.
The story reads, I went on the worst first date with an arborist and ended up seeing his branch. What's an arborist? Trees. Person who knows trees. Okay.
And they boost their lead.
To me, that's way nerdier than here's something to drag it down. I mean,
Justice.
I know trees. Your
first offering is fouled off.
Gets up and walks so fast.
Left-hand hitter waits.
Read it, Tim.
Swing and a miss.
I was asked out on a date by the hot man cutting down my neighbor's tree. I walked over to get a quote from the sexy man doing work. I ended up with a quote on my dead tree and also an invitation to go out on a date. We made plans for later that week to go for a walk around the falls, then to stop at a Mexican restaurant for dinner. The day came, he picked me up right on time, and I got into his truck. As he starts driving, I noticed that he's not going in the direction of where we planned to go. I asked where he was going, which he replied, I don't know. I just figured we could drive around. I need to run some errands. I need a new comforter and sheets.
After it. Now we'll look down
I was speechless, but just went with it.
around.
We stopped at Target, and he asked me to pick out what he needed for his bed. He starts driving around town, and I just figured at this point, we weren't going to go on our walk or get dinner. He again starts driving around aimlessly and keeps pointing out dead trees he keeps seeing. He proceeds to talk about trees for at least 45 minutes. Yeah, you see that's mahogany.
As we go.
Yeah, classic mahogany. He talks about the history of arborists, types of trees, when you know they are dead, etc., etc., etc. I could not get out a single word, nor did he ask me any questions about myself. Eventually, he pulls into a restaurant and he says, "We are eating here."
No balls, 2 strikes.
Jesus Christ.
To the right side.
After dinner, he asked if I want to go to his house to help him put his new sheets on his bed. Even though I hated his personality, I figured he was still hot as hell, and I could use some tea.
Under this one. And there's 2 down.
Wait, why is everyone clapping?
Down to their final out. Matt Wallner, the next twin up to him.
Get that.
And a strike right through there. That one in triple digits.
After he talked about dead trees for 45 minutes.
And the slider just misses.
We get to his place, and essentially he starts ripping off my clothes the second we get through the door. Little did I know I was going to have the most awkward sex of my life. Not instantly, it's in a treehouse balls on.
This one, 3-0, our final score.
She's getting dicked down by a Keebler elf. They're climbing up, and he's like, oh my. He's so good. Yeah, I just gotta get up here. Continue. Not only did he take a break every 10 to 20 seconds, he literally walked out of the bedroom and gave himself a pep talk in the living room about how he needed to last longer.
It happens.
Wait,
Happens.
well, is that before or like during? This is during. He had to take a break every 10 to 20 seconds, and he literally left in the middle of sex to walk out of the bedroom to go, come here, you little bit. I will kill you like all the other dead trees, you limp mother. I'll chop some wood right now. I swear to God.